One of the things that God has been doing in me over the last several months is helping me to understand that all of the, hurt, pain, issues that I deal with on a daily basis are just hurt, pain, and issues for no purpose at all unless you use them. So I wanted to kind of my hair's doing all kinds of crazy stuff, so sorry. So anyway, I just wanted to talk to you guys today about a very real issue in today's society, and especially in the church today. There is a misconception, and a lot of Christians like to throw this around and say, if you're depressed and you have anxiety and different things like that, that you just need to suck it up. You just need to go pray about it. You just need to get in the Word more, or you just need to, there's all these remedies that these people have, and especially if you're a Christian, you're not allowed to be depressed. You're not allowed to have anxiety because you've got the joy of the Lord, and and I fully believe in the joy of the Lord. I believe in the peace that passes all understanding through the Holy Spirit. I actually believe all of those things. But y'all, depression and anxiety are real. And today in the church, in your life, in your friendships, in your relationships, stop telling people to suck it up and get over it. Stop trying to give your home remedies of all the things that you think is going to fix somebody when you've never walked through it yourself, okay? Just a really short story for me is that I am not a depressed person. Never had a depression issue in my whole life, okay? I am naturally a very happy, outgoing person, okay? But late last year, I started to experience some anxiety that I had never dealt with before, okay? I have never struggled with anxiety, but my life is very demanding, okay? My life, I own several businesses. I actually coach other people in running their business. Plus, on top of that, mom, wife, pastor. I mean, it's a lot, and my life is very demanding, and I started to develop some anxiety over situations, okay? And it got very difficult. So I sought out my doctor, who I love. My doctor is amazing. And she actually prescribed me some anti-anxiety medication. And it took about a month for the medication to get into my system. But y'all, when it did, I'm telling you, I could conquer the world. All right. I mean, ask my husband, ask my family. Like, I think everybody around me loved this medicine. I loved it. I ain't gonna lie. But the issue that I had with it was that it made me too high. If that makes any sense. Not high like drunk high, but like high like, because I'm not a depressed person, it made me over the top, okay? So I would be in situations where I would have to stop myself and catch myself of where I was and say, okay, Crystal, pull it back. You're being obnoxious. I would have to pull it back. My house stayed clean every day. All right. I never had to worry about any. I mean, I started a project redoing my hallway. Like, I was pulling down door frames and crap. I mean, like, it was serious. I was conquering the world on this medicine. Okay. But it had some really bad negative side effects for me. Some people don't have these side effects. It just happened to me. I did have them. I had no emotion other than happy, crazy, obnoxious, happy all the time. And honestly, guys, crying is a very huge part of my relationship with God. It is the way that I surrender to Him. It is the way that I worship Him. Crying is an emotion that I needed, and I couldn't do it. We said goodbye to some very dear friends of ours at the church that are going away to the mission field, and I wanted to cry so bad because I felt like I wanted to cry, but I couldn't. It just would not come out. And I realized at that moment that, okay, I can't take this medicine. This is not going to work for me. Like, I need to be able to connect with God through my tears, and I can't. And so I ended up, and it was affecting my relationship. It was with my husband. And I said, this is just not going to work. I'm going to have to get off of this. So I immediately decided that I was strong enough to go cold turkey. Okay. I'm just going to get off this medicine. I was on the lowest dose possible. And I was like, I can do this. Not a problem, So one day went by and it wasn't bad. I mean, I was having some brain zaps. And if you've ever been on medication or detoxing off of a medication, brain zaps is where it feels like somebody sticks a taser to your head. It doesn't hurt, but it's just everything goes real fast. And it happened about every 20 seconds. But I thought, I can handle this. It's not a big deal. So then the next day, I got up and went to my office, and I thought I was going to be able to handle it. And I told Sean, I said, I ain't feeling good. Like, this is not good. I'm going to go home and try to get some rest and see if I can get past this detox phase. So I went home, and instead of being able to rest, I went into a manic state. It was almost like I was sitting on my bed, and I was crying and praying, which is what I thought I needed to do. Crying and praying, and I'm rocking back and forth. I'm literally scratching myself like I'm freaking coming off a meth or something. It was crazy. And immediately I said, I can't do this. And I ran and took ran and took my medicine because I couldn't handle it. I'm even shaking right now, even talking to you guys about this. But, so anyway, I realized that I'm going to have to taper off of this medicine. So, when you break the capsule open, it has all these little bitty balls or whatever in it. So I started taking out 2 balls a day and I was, taking a little bit out, taking a little bit out, taking a little bit out. And, until I finally got down to none. And that really did help me, y'all. I mean, it helped me tremendously. But today is day 6 for me being completely off of the medication, day 6. And I'm telling you guys, the depression and the anxiety you feel is real. I was not trying to get emotional today. It is so real, which is one of the reasons why I'm sitting outside right now, because my kids are out of school this week. And so I'm literally trying everything possible to keep myself up. You know what I mean? Like I'm praying, I'm in the Word, I'm doing everything that I felt necessary to do it. And I was like, okay, let me go outside, let me get in the sun, let me see what I can do. I started painting stuff again, trying to get back to some sense of normalcy. And so when your friends start telling you that they are depressed or they're struggling with anxiety, just be there for them. They don't need you to fix them. Okay. They don't need you to tell them what to do. They don't need you to prescribe the next medication to them. Okay. They need to go to the doctor. Number one, they need to go to the doctor and they need to get better. All right. And it's people that struggle with depression and anxiety, especially me, because this was self-induced. This was not something that I did on my own. This was self-induced because I was trying to be bigger in my life than what I am equipped to be. And that was a revelation that God gave me, is you cannot do more than what you are equipped to do. I mean, God will equip you. He will give you the strength to do everything that you need to do, but you are only one person. You are only human, and it's okay to fail. It's okay to not be able to accomplish everything. I don't know who needs to hear this today, but it's okay for you to not be Superwoman, okay? It is okay. Because that's where my anxiety came from, is trying to be Superwoman. And I cannot. I cannot be Superwoman. I can only do what God's called me to do. And when you go outside of the boundaries of what God has really called you to do, you're going to develop anxiety. And sometimes depression and anxiety is just chemical imbalances that you've got to get fixed. I'm not here today to tell you how to fix that. I don't know how to fix it, but I do know that there is help. I do know that there's people that you can talk to. There are friends. There's God, and sometimes nothing fixes it but medication. Okay. And that's okay. Don't ever, ever, ever let anybody tell you that you should not have to be on medication. If you love God, you know what? God created doctors.